Hello, guys. I'm Robert Storms, Filmmaster Adam. We just got back from seeing Creed. I do want to warn you, I usually try to keep spoiler-free videos, but this one is probably going to be pretty spoiler-heavy because this is more of a discussion rather than
Much
a
like
review.
our Ninja Turtles review from like
But it
a
won't
year
go
ago.
an hour and a half long.
It won't. It won't be the length of the movie like that one was.
And mostly because this isn't a rant, but
Yeah.
So I'll let you go ahead and start with Creed.
Loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely loved it. Such a great movie.
Like I knew I was gonna like it. I just didn't know how much I was gonna like it because for the longest time this year, like I've seen a lot of movies this year. I don't know which movie is my top number one of the movie of the year. Like for most of the year, Ex Machina was my number one movie. You know, and I got like The Martian and Steve Jobs in the top five. But Ex Machina was my top film. But that changed today. Like
I was cautiously optimistic going into this. My whole thing was, I mean, they made the 6 Rocky movies. Only one of them I would even consider awful, which was Rocky 5. Yeah, which even Sylvester Stallone, they asked him to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, and he said 0. So that should tell you how bad it is. But my whole thing was, it felt like when I first heard this was announced, I was like, oh god, that is such an obvious cash grab. And honestly, but no, I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, so Stallone's the Mickey character. I can get behind this. All right, this could work.
Originally, though,
all right, and I saw the movie and I'm like, yeah, that was fucking wonderful. More, please.
Originally, though, Sylvester Stallone turned down the role. Originally, from what I'm hearing, he
really?
turned down the role. Yeah. And who's the director of this film?
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah,
he did Fruitvale Station.
He eventually convinced him to go ahead, and he was showing him what he was doing, and then Sylvester Stallone warmed up to the idea. And thank God, because like we were talking,
that's a big part of this movie.
We were talking about this movie before we got in film, which we should have saved it. But we were talking about like how well this is going to be received during Oscar time because Rocky won Best Picture, right?
It did, yeah.
For best movie that year. But since then,
I don't remember if it won or if it was.
It won.
Okay.
It won.
All right, I know it was nominated. It had like 5 or 6 nominations.
Yeah, and it won best actor or best
picture.
Best picture that year. But like none of the other, like even Rocky Balboa, I loved Rocky Balboa. Wasn't nominated for dick shit. So I'm kind of curious whether or not this is going to be because.
This one also got. This one not only has better reviews than Rocky Balboa, but it is directed by a director that the Academy takes seriously, which is Ryan Coogler. At the Fruitvale Station, like pretty much anything, they'll consider it. Can't say for sure if it'll be nominated or not.
It should be not. In my opinion, it should be nominated for 3 awards. 3 awards.
Best supporting actor.
It should be best Michael B. Jordan, best actor.
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone, best supporting actor, and best picture.
Because I'll tell you something, this is one of the best performances I've ever seen from Stallone.
Dude,
there's this whole scene where he's like talking about his mortality and like what he feels is right in this time in his life, and it's so heart wrenching. Like when you realize like what he's talking about, because he starts talking about Adrian, and it's really tearjerking.
Like I should have brought some fucking tissues. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, this is a sad movie
I teared up and cried at least 4 or 5 times in this goddamn movie.
It's sad.
And I think like a lot of people who didn't watch the previous Rocky movies would go in and they would probably feel sentimental for it. Yeah. But since I know the whole history of Rocky and being fans of the Rocky series, when he was talking and we knew what he was talking about. Like someone who never seen Rocky, who's gonna go see Creed,
might be a tad confused. Like, who's Adrian?
Yeah. Like I teared up when he showed up at the cemetery. The motherfucker still had his chair.
Yeah, he still had his chair. Still reading the newspaper.
Yeah. the ending to this movie,
great.
I loved it. Like
such a great ending.
The final round
of this movie was fantastic.
When round 11 ended and Michael B. Jordan got in that corner and Sylvester Stallone was like, "You gotta do it. Knock this motherfucker's head off." It doesn't say like that. And then Michael B. Jordan be like, "I gotta do it. Prove I wasn't." Like, it was so Michael B. Jordan. Oh my God.
So great.
So good in this
Dude, I will forget all about Fantastic Four after this. Thank you.
Well, see,
so good.
Fantastic Four is like the only movie Michael B. Jordan's in that I didn't necessarily like. Like I didn't even hate Fantastic Four. Like I was one of the few people who's like,
Here's
whatever.
the thing though. Just to go off on a small tangent, okay. It wasn't none of the actors' fault with Fantastic Four.
No.
The writing was fucking god awful.
The writing
direction
was
was
awful.
terrible. But
Josh Trank wasn't able to do what he wanted. The studio interfered.
Yeah.
You know?
And the whole thing is, well, the whole second half apparently was ghost directed by Simon Kinberg.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was, there's this news now that the sequel's canceled, and what people don't realize is I think I kind of wanted a sequel, and here's why: because I don't think any of these actors were given a chance. Like, and the thing is, because of the horrible writing in the first film, they're not bad actors.
Okay.
Especially Michael B. Jordan, who is a wonderful actor. And after this, if you don't think he's a wonderful actor after this, you need fucking help. Okay. But
and another thing about Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
How much does he look like Apollo, bro?
He looks like, dude. You could swear to God you were looking at a young Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
It was that
like that was it. Now, yeah. So let's go into the story of the movie because there's some confusion going on in this movie because I don't know if you noticed. I talked to my wife on the way home because you took a separate car, but there was a lot of stuff in the trailer that didn't appear in the movie. And the part of the trailer where it shows Michael B. Jordan running down the street, he quoted in the trailer. He's like, "Oh, a wise man once said, it ain't about how hard you get hit." Or how hard
I was actually upset I did not hear that.
That was not mentioned nowhere in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think they played that like that in the trailer because they wanted us to think that Rocky was going to die. Mm-hmm. Because the way he said it in the trailer was, a wise man once said, was in past tense, meaning that Rocky, in the trailer, you're watching, you're like, oh, maybe Rocky dies. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's not the case in the movie, spoiler alert. But that wasn't in the movie. And another scene that wasn't in the movie was when Rocky broke down in front of Michael B. Jordan, was like, you know, everybody that I cared about left, and I'm still here. In the trailer, Michael B. Jordan says, "I'm here for you every day."
Yeah.
That was not in the movie.
No, it wasn't.
So basically, the overall story of the movie is Don is what's his name?
Adonis.
Yes.
Adonis Creed.
He is Apollo's illegitimate son.
Yep. He had an affair with a woman named Johnson, and you know.
Right before Rocky IV, around that time before he goes to fight Dolph Lundgren's character, Ivan Drago, whatever the fuck his name is, he had an affair. His mistress got pregnant,
and she died.
And then
he went to like juvie or whatever because he kept fighting.
Well, he kept going from different homes. Then he was fighting. Then he got to juvie, and at that point, Apollo's wife finds him and raises him as her own kid, which I think is really cool because usually that doesn't happen. Yeah. Although I do wish the original actress who played Apollo's wife was in the movie.
Yeah.
Did she die or did she just not want to come back?
It wasn't.
No, this is the chick from the Cosby Show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's totally different people. Like the only reason why I know that, like I didn't even notice that until a guy at work's like, yeah, it's not even the same woman. I'm like, really? And I hurried up and pulled up on the phone, and yeah, you're right. But I'm like, you barely notice that. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole premise was Michael B. Jordan's character didn't want to live in the shadow of his father. Yeah. Didn't even want to be known.
Wouldn't even take his name. Yeah. It's just Johnson.
But it was him proving himself that he was not a mistake.
Yeah.
And that kind of pays off at the end, around 11 is when that comes in, where you really get his motive. Like, he doesn't want to be a mistake. And it's basically about Rocky gets cancer, and it comes down to...
It's sad.
Yeah, it's sad, but it comes down to Michael B. Jordan. Those two are fighting for each other.
Yeah. And that's the heart of the entire movie. And that's what worked about it. So I honestly think that if Sylvester Stallone hadn't been in this movie would just be kind of average. Like, I think his presence and his relationship with Adonis in this film, it elevates the film that much higher.
Agree. I think if Sylvester Stallone wasn't in this movie, I think it would have been a good spin-off movie. It'd be like, all right, I see how this fits in the Rocky universe, but with Rocky being
it wouldn't have had the heart.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have had the
heart. This feels like Rocky 7.
It really does, yeah.
You know, this is what Rocky 5 should have been.
It's the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Exactly what it is.
What's funny, because we were watching the movie, right, and like we were laughing at all the jokes because we're Rocky fans, right? Yeah. And just one scene after Michael B. Jordan wins his first match, I looked over and I'm like, well, as long as you don't go do what Tommy Gunn did, we're fine, you know? And luckily they did that. But What about that first match where it's all filmed one take?
It was one continuous shot for this whole match.
I don't know if
it was so cool.
I don't know if it was actually a one continuous shot.
There were no cuts.
Well, the part where like it cuts to Rocky and then it cuts back. It could. I mean, I don't know. They could done
like the camera panned a little.
Yeah,
but I didn't
but
see
it was meant to look like one shot, and that was amazing.
And it looked fantastic.
And if you guys don't know, my favorite movie for last year was Birdman, which was pretty much all filmed.
It was all one continuous shot.
Yeah. So I like when they do something creative like that. So hopefully that gets noticed by the Academy. I hate the fucking Academy, by the way.
The Academy pisses me off. I'm sorry.
The Academy does it like everything's gotta be artsy. They don't do genre films, which is a shame because I think Winter Soldier should have been nominated for best movie that year. But whatever. Just great
Dude,
movie.
I'm sorry. The Dark Knight didn't get nominated. They're not gonna fucking nominate Winter Soldier. Let's be perfectly honest.
Heath Ledger got nominated, but I digress.
Let's not get into that right now. Okay.
Everybody knows my hate on YouTube about that, so I'm not even gonna talk about that. But great movie. I was a little concerned going in how much I would actually be behind Michael B. Jordan because in the trailer they kind of made him seem like kind of a dickhead in the trailer.
They do, yeah.
But he's completely opposite in the movie. He's likable all through the movie.
You're rooting for him from the beginning.
He's well educated. You know, he gives like.
That's the thing. He gives up like a wonderful job making like hundreds of $1,000s a year to fight because that's what he wants to do.
Yep. And then he goes seeks out Rocky. One little nitpick, just like I love this movie. It is now my favorite movie of the year until Star Wars comes out. We don't know what's gonna happen.
I have one serious nitpick, and
I wonder if it's gonna be yours.
I was gonna say that. Okay, they revealed who won the fight. In Rocky 3 at the end. And
okay, I got two nitpicks.
That pissed me off. I'm like,
yeah.
No, keep that a secret, you bastards.
The thing with Rocky 3 was, at the end of Rocky 3, Rocky owes Apollo a favor. Yeah. So they do this little sparring match at the end of the movie, and it ends with them both mid-swing.
Yeah, right? It's so cool.
So it's been a secret ever since then. Even in the trailer, like, I heard there was another fight between you and Apollo. But the thing was, like Rocky's like, yeah, it's a secret who won. You know, like, he asked who won. It's like, it's a secret. And then when he reveals it was his father, then he's like, yeah, he won. It's like, you should have kept that a secret.
Yeah, should not have said a damn thing.
Let the fans think what they want to think on that. Don't tell us, because now it doesn't ruin it.
The mystery's over.
Yeah, the mystery on it is over. Because now when I go watch Rocky 3 again, I'm like, yeah,
Apollo won.
Yeah. but my nitpick was, there was someone missing from this movie that should have been in this movie. Who? The old black guy that was Apollo's trainer. The bald black guy. Alive? He was in Rocky Balboa. Unless he died in between Rocky Balboa and now. But yeah, because when he brought him to that gym, after they left Mickey's and went to the other gym, I'm like, oh, they're gonna introduce him. And it wasn't him. Yeah. I don't know, he could have been, because he was really old in Rocky Balboa. Yeah. So it possibly that the actor passed on. If he did, I apologize. But I would love to see him in there. Mm-hmm. Also, I was halfway through the movie, I was getting upset because they weren't referencing what happened to Sylvester Stallone's son, Rocky's son. Yeah. Because the big part of Rocky Balboa was his son felt like he was in the shadows of Rocky and
tried to get out of it.
Yeah, tried to get out of it. And, you know, and they kind of make up at the end. And then in this movie, Rocky's by himself. Paulie's dead. Adrian's dead. You know, his son's nowhere to be seen. But then midway through the movie, we get a explanation. He got married. He moved away. You know, he keeps in touch every now and then. You know, it is what it is. I thought it would have been cool if he maybe had a cameo or something. But they explained it, so I'm good with that. Really nothing negative to say about this movie. It is a tad long.
It's a tad long. Okay, yeah.
We went to the 1 o'clock showing at 1:05. The movie didn't get out till
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah, it's about almost 2.5 hours.
Which I don't mind.
I don't either. It could have gone longer. I really love the movie.
It could have. I thought the ending was good. A little weak. It was like
a tad.
It was just replaying Rocky 1.
But yeah,
you know, but it wasn't about him going the distance. It was about him proving to himself that he wasn't a mistake.
Nope, and he proved that. So it doesn't really matter if he.
But then again, I think if he would have won the match, I think I would be standing in front of the camera going.
Spoiler alert.
I told him it was gonna be
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think if he would have won the match, I would have went in and from the camera saying, "Yeah, I wish he didn't win." So it's like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
The thing about Rocky movies, at least 1, 2, 6, and 7. I count this as 7. It ain't about who won the matches.
It's not.
Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 is about who wins the matches.
Yeah.
But these movies, it's about the process of getting. It's a great fucking movie. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's a great fucking movie.
It's a beautifully shot movie. The way they portray Philadelphia looks beautiful. They did a wonderful job.
All the
with that.
landmarks were shown in it. We got to see Mickey's. We got to see the restaurant. Yep. We got to see Tombstone. The graveyard where he was in Rocky Balboa. He said he still had the fucking chair there.
And again, I loved Stallone in this. It's such a great performance.
So, dude, every time that motherfucker was on screen, he either did two things every time he was on screen.
Made me laugh or made me cry.
That's it.
Made me laugh or made me cry.
I either laughed or I cried. I like the scene with the cell phone in the cloud. I laughed my ass off. And then the next scene over, he's talking about losing everything. Then I'm crying. I'm like I'm crying. My wife's crying. My mom's crying. I don't know if you're crying, but everybody's fucking crying.
I'm crying. I got a heart.
It's like Rocky means a lot to me. And Star Wars and Rocky are
with the exception of one, they're damn good movies. So
I can watch Rocky 5. It's my least favorite, but even the worst Rocky movie is better than half these shit that came out. I don't know if you've seen Southpaw that came out earlier this year. Did you see Southpaw?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
I liked the movie. I liked it a lot. I'm gonna go see it because Rachel McAdams is in it.
Of course.
Yeah, I love Rachel McAdams. If you guys don't know, but I went to go see the movie and I liked it a lot.
Only because she's hot, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And she's in the thong in the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I should see it then.
But I really like Southpaw, but I think I would even pick Rocky 5 over Southpaw. It's because Rocky 5 is not good, but the lore behind it, the myth behind, the story behind everything that it embodies, everything that previously happened. Even the scene in Rocky 5 where Mickey's like, "Get up, you son of a bitch," and he gets up in the street that. I don't know. I really like Southpaw. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. I really like Rocky. That's what I'm saying. So anyway. So it definitely should get nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor. We didn't talk about Michael B. Jordan's girlfriend in this movie. Yeah,
I was just gonna mention that. Okay, listen. Wonderful actress. But what did you say to me halfway through?
She can't sing. Yeah, she plays this chick who's going deaf. She's eventually gonna lose her hearing, and it's basically her story.
I think that might have actually been intentional, though.
The reason why she can't sing is because she can't hear shit.
Yeah, she can't really hear that well.
Yeah. Probably it just
which actually is kind of a ballsy move.
Then you make less scenes with her singing in it. Then.
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes of that.
I mean, she writes him a song, and I'm like, do we really have to listen to this? I don't want to be mean, but I don't want you can't sing, girl.
It's okay because we stopped listening after 20 seconds so he could bang around the couch.
Yeah. With Rocky right upstairs. Rocky would creep around. What you doing? Oh shit.
It's what about your uncle? He's home, Bill.
So overall, great movie. This review's already gone 20 minutes almost, but
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what else to say on it.
I really don't either. Again, just great cast, great story, a lot of heart to this one. I'd say heart. It has the same amount of heart that the first one did, which is why I love it so damn much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just such a wonderful movie. And again, it looks great. It's shot wonderfully. Each match is nail biting.
Yeah.
Because you're on the edge of your seat every time he fights in this movie. The one thing I was kind of disappointed. I did not come back in the story. It was at the beginning. Was when he went to Apollo's gym, there was that guy who I guess was his uncle or something, telling him that never came back into the story. That's one thing that I now that I'm thinking about it, I just noticed. But then again, It didn't need to. The movie is perfectly fine
Well,
the way it is.
the only thing that really set up in that part, I agree with you. Yeah, they never brought
like that would have been interesting if that came back later, like
now, like
to bite that guy in the ass.
Remember the guy I was telling you about that I wish was in this movie, the bald guy?
Yeah.
Well, the guy that you're talking about resembles that guy. That could be his son.
Oh, okay.
And now he owns a gym
Gotcha.
that Apollo used to train in. So that's possible. But the whole point of that scene to me was, well, he didn't really fit in there because of his name, and they really didn't want him there. And the one guy was the number one contender.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and then he couldn't do it, and that eventually opened the doors for Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. But I agree with you. Like, some of that scene could have been handled differently.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. They left kind of open door on that one because I really didn't get a concept of who exactly that character was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, I'm gonna go see this movie. Shit, if I had it my way, I'd go see this shit again right now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Movie Pass can only go once a day, so can't go see it again.
Yeah, I definitely plan on seeing this movie a few more times before it's out of theaters. So
yeah, I really
it's definitely worth the money. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's worth your time. It's worth your money, especially if you love the Rocky series. You will love this movie that much more.
Yep.
Even if you're not a fan of the Rocky series, like you'll find enjoyment in this movie.
Even if you're a newbie, and I know there's gonna be newbies. I know,
of course.
Just like Force Awakens comes out, there's gonna be newbies. I know there's gonna be newbies.
Like, what the fuck is Rocky?
Yeah, there's gonna be people who don't know damn thing about Rocky,
mm-hmm.
and they're gonna go in and they're gonna like the movie. And you know, but maybe that'll make them go back and watch it, you know, again.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you though: you've seen a lot of movies this year. I've seen a lot of movies this year. Where would you rank it in your top 10, if it's in your top 10?
Oh God,
I don't even know what your favorite movie is for this year.
It was.
If you say The Martian, I'm gonna slap myself.
It was Ex Machina, but I'm trying to think. Dude. It's hard. It's hard right now. It's too close to call. I gotta see this at least one more time to check.
Yeah, I mean, I got shitloads.
Because I've seen Ex Machina like 20 fucking times since I've owned it on DVD. I love that damn movie.
Because for me, it was like Ex Machina. Then I kind of went back with Martian, Steve Jobs. But there was like a lot of movies
Steve Jobs is awesome.
Like Straight Outta Compton.
Yes, I said to all my fans, I said something nice about Danny Boyle. Try not to faint.
Steve Jobs is great.
I feel dirty inside. Makes me feel all funny.
But I got like Straight Outta Compton up there. I mean, there was a lot of good movies that came out.
One.
Bridge of Spies are in my top 10.
That was badass.
So there was a lot of Standing Man.
What?
Standing Man.
Oh yeah, Standing Man.
There was a lot of good movies that came out this year. Right now, I think Creed knocked out Ex Machina at my number 1 spot. But then again, I still got The Revenant coming out.
And Star Wars.
Still got Hateful Eight coming out.
Damn it. Fucking Tarantino, man.
So
I'm taking this woman to hang. She's just all cool about it, like what?
To be honest with you, I'm not even a Quentin Tarantino fan, but I'm looking forward to Hateful Eight. So the best thing about having Movie Pass, I get to see all kinds of shit I don't normally have to go see. So that's why
I fucking loved Django. So bring this one on.
So So anyway, highly recommend it. You highly recommend it?
I highly recommend go see Creed. See it now.
So
it's worth it. There
you guys go. Your extra long discussion on Creed. Almost as long as the movie, but not quite.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all we got for Creed. Hope you guys enjoyed the little discussion video. Be sure to leave your comment in the comment box below. They can check you out. What's your YouTube?
Subscribe to my channel. I'm poor and I'm hungry.
You got more subscribers than me, motherfucker.
Shut up. They don't need to know that.
I used to have 6,000. I used to have 6,000 subscribers.
Well, who's the one who changed his YouTube channel?
Hey man, I can't help I fucked up that account. I fucked up that YouTube channel so bad. Plus Storm's Inc. It doesn't even really make sense. What the fuck is a Storm's Inc? At least a Robert Storms is me. What's a Storm's Inc? I don't fucking know. People call me Storm Sync. They don't even know what the fuck the thing is.
I used to call you Storm Sync 2.
They're like, what the fuck is a Storm Sync? What is that? It's like, no, Storms Inc. because my last name is Storms and I got ink on me. You
Storms
know?
Inc.
But anyway, I'm Robert Storms now. So, and as always, guys, that is my opinion.